St. Jude Children's Research Hospital offers hope to the sick and desperate with the goal of defeating childhood cancer.
This Sunday, meteorologist Chris Vickers will run the New York City Marathon as a St. Jude hero, sharing the story of the Warniment family from Putnam County who lost their children Griffin and Stella to cancer.
We need all the parts.
Busy, straightforward, active with the kids.
Al and Laura Warniment describe life today.
Dealing with teenagers and toddlers at the same time.
Daughters Grace and Emma, and twins Lucy and Jude. But close to this family's heart are Griffin and Stella, children lost to cancer. Hardship and suffering beyond imagine began over a decade ago with Griffin.
And so when we got the diagnosis, it was devastating. I mean, it just brings you to your knees, literally.
At age 5, Griffin was diagnosed with stage 4 Wilms tumor. Griffin initially responded well to treatment, but
when Griff started backsliding, he wasn't responding at that point. It was evident we needed to go where the best of the best was.
That brought the Warniments, with cancer spreading through Griffin's body, to seek hope in St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
There was a huge ray of hope that came along with walking in those doors.
Everybody has that same mantra of feeling like they're putting their arms around you and giving you a big hug and saying, I'm going to take care of these things for you.
The open door of St. Jude Hospital brought care, comfort, and hope.
I think we still had that insane amount of hope that this was going to be fine.
Ultimately, Griffin's tumor was too far advanced, and the agonizing decision was made to go home.
That was just awful. Because you have to talk to your child about that.
I told him we had to go home, and that we didn't have to go through it no more, and we could go home with Mom and his sisters.
Taking what joy they could, the Warniments spent the last days of Griffin's life peacefully at home in September of 2005.
We're very religious, so we knew he was in a much better place, and we were very happy for him in that respect, but devastated for ourselves that we had to find a new normal.
That new normal included the birth of Stella, followed by twins Lucy and Jude.
It was amazing to have that rebirth in our family and that new start.
Life felt full again, then unthinkable, unimaginable heartbreak 6 weeks after twins Lucy and Jude were born.
I was putting Stella to bed, and I felt a hardness in her back, and my stomach just dropped. My heart dropped. I knew, and I didn't sleep. I was hoping if I went back in and touched her, it would go away.
Stella, 2 years old, and like her brother, was diagnosed with Wilms tumor.
The worst thing is when a chaplain comes in to talk to you, because you know it's not good.
St. Jude Hospital continues research from patients, research that they share with hospitals and institutions all over the world in hopes of defeating childhood cancer. There was greater hope for Stella.
She responded quickly, but then probably a few months into it, they had found a new spot, and that was just devastating.
Like Griffin, cancer proved too much.
We talked about getting angel wings, and she was actually very excited about getting to pick the color out. So that was another hard conversation.
9 months later, Stella earned her wings, joining her brother Griffin in heaven. At the darkest hour, treatment and care for children and the entire family never come at a cost at St. Jude Hospital. Finding a cure is all that matters.
Griffin and Stella's purpose potentially could be to cure cancer, and Wilms tumor in particular.
No one should have to go through that. That's hell on earth. It'd be a lot better place without cancer.
Success in overcoming cancer is happening with the hope of a brighter future.
All started on a prayer and a promise to St. Jude by a young Danny Thomas raised here in Toledo. And from the streets of Toledo to New York City, I'll be running the New York City Marathon as a St. Jude hero this Sunday. To honor Stella and Griffin and do a small part in supporting the mission of Danny Thomas and his dream. And tonight at 11, you're going to hear about Danny Thomas and his goal to defeat childhood cancer.
And it's incredible that Chris is doing this, and you've been training for it. And they've really been an inspiration for you, haven't they? Because we know running marathons are not easy. but you're running for them, aren't you?
Such a positive and inspirational family, and I really believe that their message that we will live to see a day where we defeat childhood cancer, giving strength to those that are suffering and going through such hardship. Happy to be a St. Jude hero and do that this very weekend.
And we know this is your first marathon, and boy, do you have something amazing to run for. So we are all proud of you. We are all rooting for you, and it's just incredible what you're doing.
Yeah, we wish we could be there with you, cheering you on, but we'll be cheering for you from here in Toledo.
And of course, it all started here in Toledo with Danny Thomas, so hear more about that tonight at 11.
Tonight at 11, we are looking forward to that story.
Great
Thank
job.
you.
Well, Robert's coming up next with his full forecast.
That's right. He's back after the break.